Imagine a place where the greatest minds of the ancient world came together. A grand repository of knowledge, containing scrolls that held the secrets of the universe, the teachings of philosophers, the discoveries of scientists, and the stories of civilizations long gone. Welcome to the Library of Alexandria, one of the most legendary institutions in history. Established in ancient Egypt around 300 BCE, it quickly became the intellectual capital of the Mediterranean world, where scholars from across the globe gathered to learn and share knowledge. But despite its grandeur, what really happened to the Library of Alexandria? Was it destroyed in a fiery blaze, or was its destruction the result of political machinations, greed, and perhaps even divine interference? Or is it possible that the library's legacy still endures, hidden away in the shadows of history? The foundation of the Library of Alexandria, wasn't just a library, it was a center of learning and scholarship, conceived by Ptolemy II Philadelphus during the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt. He envisioned Alexandria as a global hub for the pursuit of knowledge, where scholars, scientists, and philosophers from every corner of the ancient world could come together to share their discoveries. The library's collections grew rapidly, thanks in part to the Ptolemaic rulers' policies of acquiring texts from across the known world. This included commissioning translations of important works into Greek, allowing the vast knowledge of other cultures to be preserved and spread. Ancient manuscripts from Greece, India, Persia, and beyond were brought to Alexandria, making it the most important intellectual institution of its time. Scholars like Euclid, the father of geometry, Archimedes, the great mathematician and inventor, and even Hippocrates, the father of medicine, contributed to the body of knowledge that would shape future generations. The library's unrevealed collection. But what exactly did the library contain? Some records suggest that there may have been as many as 400,000 to 700,000 scrolls at its peak, including works from the most brilliant minds of the time. The collection wasn't limited to scientific treatises or philosophical texts. It also included literary works, maps, astronomical charts, and mathematical calculations. It is believed that the library had some of the first surviving copies of ancient Greek tragedies, as well as detailed records of Egyptian history, Babylonian astrology, and Persian politics. Among the texts that may have been housed there, the works of Homer are particularly important. The library could have been home to the original manuscripts of the Iliad and the Odyssey, written by Homer, a poet who influenced Western literature for millennia. Did these ancient scrolls hold secrets about early civilizations, science, or even mystical knowledge lost to time? Did the library contain knowledge that, if preserved, could have drastically altered the trajectory of human progress? The mysterious destruction of the library. Now, here's where the story of the library becomes even more mysterious. How did such an extraordinary collection of knowledge disappear? Was it lost in a single event, or did it fade away over time due to neglect, war, and political strife? The most famous story is that the library was destroyed by fire during the siege of Alexandria in 48 BCE, when Julius Caesar's forces set fire to the city's harbor. The flames spread to the library, which was located nearby. But was this the only instance of destruction? Some historians argue that it wasn't a single event but rather a gradual decline. Alexandria faced continuous invasions over the centuries, including the attacks by the Aurelian forces in the 3rd century AD and the later Christianization of the city, which led to the destruction of many pagan temples and libraries. What remains unclear is the extent of the loss, how much of the library's knowledge was destroyed in the fires, and how much survived. Did some of its scrolls make their way to other places, perhaps hidden in temples or private collections, waiting to be rediscovered centuries later? Theories about the lost knowledge. Many believe that the loss of the library represents more than just the destruction of books, it was the destruction of knowledge itself. Could there have been secrets hidden within those scrolls that we are still unaware of today? Some have speculated that the library contained mystical knowledge, advanced astronomical techniques, or even ancient technologies far ahead of their time. What if the secret to harnessing energy or knowledge of early machines was buried in the ashes? Could some of the lost knowledge have influenced later technological revolutions? Did it contain knowledge about the cosmos that would have changed the course of human history if only we had access to it? The legacy of the library. Despite the destruction, the legacy of the Library of Alexandria endures. It wasn't just the collection of texts that was important, it was the spirit of learning and intellectual exchange that it fostered. Even in its absence, the idea of the library has influenced scholars, scientists, and philosophers for centuries. Many of the works that were once housed in the library were copied and spread to other libraries across the Mediterranean world. The library's influence didn't end when the flames died out, it lived on in the minds of thinkers like Galileo, Ptolemy, and Aristotle, who were inspired by the ideas preserved by the library. In modern times, the spirit of the Library of Alexandria has lived on in places like the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, a modern library built near the original site. It stands as a testament to the continuing pursuit of knowledge, a beacon for scholars and historians around the world. Though the exact contents of the Library of Alexandria may never be fully known, the questions it raises remain. What did we lose when the library fell? What wisdom from the ancient world is still buried, waiting to be uncovered? As modern archaeology continues to explore the ruins of ancient cities, we may one day find the key to unlocking these long-lost secrets. Until then, the mystery of the Library of Alexandria will continue to captivate our imagination, challenging us to seek out and protect the knowledge that can shape our future. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed exploring one of history's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.